In a battle that was scheduled on the undercard of Paul versus Chavez Jr., we had a chance to see two welterweights come together and really put on a show, the type of entertaining bout that people crave. We're talking about the fight that took place between Curiel and Victor Rodriguez, two undefeated welterweights that gone into this battle, and one had to come out victorious. But both men gave an excellent account of themselves, but there had to be a victor. Let's talk about what happened in this amazing welterweight showdown. The welterweight battle that took place between Curiel and Victor Rodriguez turned out to be an interesting spectacle, but only went 4 rounds. And that was because these two men just went at it. I mean, from the opening bell, there were exchanges of punches that saw both men put themselves in position to hurt the other. And as I was watching the fight, I thought that Rodriguez was doing great body work, getting on the inside with hooks to the kidneys, hooks to the liver. It looked like he may be taking over. And Curiel, who I thought got off to the better start from the first round, began to backpedal a little bit, but it wasn't as simple as what it appeared to be. Because as these men battled, you could see that Curiel was really prepared. He began to hit back with shots that were definitely debilitating. But there was one point, an uppercut that caught Rodriguez on the inside, immediately cut his jaw, his cheek, and had him drop to his knees. It was that shot in particular that seemed to turn this entire fight around. What I noticed about these two welterweights, they gave the type of action that people are clamoring for when they want to see fighters mix it up and go toe to toe. But that wasn't because they were trying to please audiences. These were these fighters' styles. In the recent memory of controversial conversations speaking about runners in the sport of boxing, we're seeing a number of circumstances that are kind of giving way to the fact that boxing just gives us different looks from time to time. You have fighters who are athletic. You have fighters who are plotters. You have fighters who are defensive. You have fighters who are very aggressive. Fighters who are calculating and are prepared to pounce on their opponents who make mistakes in the ring. And in this battle, this was a test of the wills, as both men were trying to give one another a reason to feel that one was superior to another. And as I saw this fight unfold, I was saying to myself, even though I thought one, which was Rodriguez, was on his way to doing good things, when the fatal fourth round came around, it was a situation where after a couple of well-placed shots by Curiel, Rodriguez submitted to the circumstances. And just like that, the fight was over. A fourth round TKO stoppage. And that was pretty impressive because neither guy signed up for this. Neither guy signed up for one to be, consenting, giving in to the other. And I enjoyed the fact that they gave as good as they got. But you cannot convince me that Curiel wasn't near the end himself. Because as I watched this battle, I said to myself, either guy cannot continue to go on. So Curiel, who hails from Mexico, was superior. And Rodriguez, who hails from Uruguay, was a guy who really wanted to win, but he was bested. 29 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 70-inch reach. Latigo, his alias, is now 16-1 with 1 draw and 9 KOs. He shouldn't hang his head, but what he should do is get back to the gym and work on moving the head. Because Curiel, whose record now moves to 16-0-1 with 14 KOs, nicknamed Cougar, 5'8" with a 70-inch reach, is now prepared to place himself in a position for a title shot. And I have to tell you, from what I saw, this fighter who's fighting out of Guadalajara, Mexico, is going to bring a crowd-pleasing style. I remember his fight back in December of 2024 against Alexis Rocha, which ended up being a majority decision draw, was the type of fight that pleased the audiences, but the judges couldn't pick a winner. He is definitely a fighter who will do his best. 29 years of age, right at a prime. And it doesn't matter which welterweight champion he challenges, he's going to be formidable. And that's great because he's going to bring the pressuring style that people accuse the runners of avoiding. But will he be able to deal with someone who's more versatile with not only footwork, but defensive responsible, and also a person who can utilize the sweet science and skills along with packing a punch? Either way, it's going to be very entertaining, and I look forward to seeing him as he continues his venture in the division. As for Rodriguez, back to the drawing board. Learn to get that head off the center line, my friend, because you're a good fighter and you're a tremendous body puncher. But when you languish on the inside with no head movement, not being able to bob and weave and slip and dip, you're going to get caught like you did in this situation. But I really appreciate your efforts, and I hope that you bounce back from this and get right back into contention. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are about this fight. Who did you have, and how did you see it going before the abrupt ending? Did you think that Curiel was on top, or do you think that Rodriguez had it? Leave comments and let's discuss further. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.